Good evening, everyone. So I'll be showing you a quick way how I worked on my mother. First, this my mother is beautiful. You guys should appreciate the fact that she's beautiful. She did microblading, so that's why there is a trace of brows there. So now I went in with brow thinner. If you don't have brow thinner, you can use edge control. Now I only trim the excess just up finish, since her brows are not too much and then there are traces of head of microblading. I just went into the skin. I went in with my lip moisturizer from Nia. I went in with my setting spray. I'm using my moisturizer. One thing you should know is that you should apply more moisturizer under the eyes. Now I went in with my hydrating primer from Cheek. After that, I'll be applying my sunscreen. After that, I'm going in with vitamin C. I'll be applying vitamin C on the areas which I need to apply vitamin C on, and I'm doing that gently. All those products I showed you, I applied them on the skin, but you should know that I did not apply sweat block here because I'm actually looking for a dewy look. So I did not apply sweat block. I only used the hydrating primer since it's a studio makeup. Now I went in with foundation from Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty is high-end foundation. When I say high-end foundation, it's a foreign foundation. It's not a Nigerian brand. It's lightweight and it blends into the skin. After application, I blend in using my blending foam. Now I went to my concealer. This concealer is from what do they call it, from Davilas. This concealer is very nice. I usually like applying my concealer lightly so I can control it. So if you don't want your concealer to show too much, just apply it lightly. The places where to apply concealers are on the T-zones and the highlight region. So if you observe, I don't want it to be too much, so I just try to make sure I don't apply too much. Next, I went to my blending foam to just blend in properly. Next, I'm going in with a powder to apply on the skin, her skin shade of powder to apply on the skin first before I'll be going in with a setting powder. After application, I'm going in with a setting powder. Setting powder is nice and I'm applying it lightly. The first stage of this powder application is called setting. In this process, the powder will be blended into the skin. The second stage of this powder application is called baking. This process, the powder can be luxurious but will be dusted off later on. The places at which you apply the setting powder are on the places you applied concealer. So this is the powder I'm using. Now I try to blend effortlessly and flawlessly. Blend out those places that you did not apply setting powder so that they will not be oily. Now I went in with my pencil. The pencil I'm using is color 3. Color 3 for dark skin, color 18 for light skin. Okay, I'm using my pencil color 3 for dark skin, color 18 for light skin. If you observe, I just draw according to the way the hair is. You don't need to do excess or too much, just draw according to the way the hair is. After that, I just go in with my pencil to bring out strokes or outline at the beginning part. That's all. Don't need to be too harsh. Now I'm going in with my concealer to conceal the brows. Conceal appropriately. For the beginning part of the brows, I went in with a dark shade so that I can easily blend the contour alongside with the brows. The beginning side use a dark shade, the ending part use a light shade, and to blend use a fluffy brush to blend. After that, I went in with a dark wine shade for the transition. I did not conceal the top, I only focused on concealing the lower parts. So you can conceal your top, is optional. For skin work or if you're doing eyebrow work, you have to conceal the top. Now for the cut crease, I had to go in with this gently. What I'm using is concealer. I use the flat brush to create the cut crease I want, the way I want it to look like. I had to use my concealer brush for this. So just watch and learn. I needed a half cut crease, not a full cut crease. I actually saw a picture online and I wanted to try it and see how the result will look like. After doing that, I brushed it down. After brushing it down, I went in with the shade of eyeshadow I want, and I used a flat brush to collect it. Why I did not use a fluffy brush is that I don't want it to scatter all around, you get. So the palette I'm trying to show you is Cheek palette. That's what I'm using. The shade of eyeshadow I'm using is a carton color. You can also use powder for this if you don't have this shade in your eyeshadow palette. So I'm using a flat brush to tap in properly, and I try my best not to pass that line. Are you seeing that line? I try my best not to exceed it. That's why I'm using a flat brush. Now for the stone, I'm going in with glitter glue first of all to apply it. How to put the stone after applying the glitter glue. Here is the stone. Let me also show you how I did that in the other eye. I already put the glue. See the glue that I used. Now I gently placed it like this. After placing it, I went in with the stone. Here is the stone. The stone, you can buy it from a shop that sells tailoring materials, you understand. So I just placed it on it gently. So that's how I did that. You don't need to use that bond for lashes. The what you're using is glue for pigments. that, I went in with Polar Beauty. Polar Beauty is a kajal for under eye. Don't be confused. I had to turn off the lights because her eyes are very sensitive and teary. So many people's eyes are very sensitive and teary when it comes to this. So now I went in with my liner to line. While lining the eyes, you have to start from the beginning part of the eyes to the end. It gives it more defined look. Okay, now I had to sweep the lashes with mascara brush. Reasons why you sweep the lashes with mascara brush is because it has to be properly swept properly, you get, so that when you apply your lashes, there will not be white under eye. Now I'm going in with bronzer to apply on the lips. Okay, just a little bit of bronzer to apply on the lips. Now I be going in with a dark brown to outline. Mind you, I want to still retain the shade of her lips. Her lips are sweet. I like the shade of her lips, so I would want to retain it. So I'm going in with dark brown for just the upper parts of the lip. Then I will go in with a nude shade that looks like the color of the lips to outline it properly. So you can use the kind of brush you want for this. I have to tell her to smile so we can blend appropriately. Now I'm going in with light shade of pink that looks a little bit like her lips, just to spice it up a little. Spice it up a little. See the way the lips is looking yummy and juicy. See, one thing you should know about makeup is that if you do something light and flawless, it's way easier to blend than something heavy. Okay, so I'm using the back side of my brush to blend because it's way easier for me to blend with that. Anyway, my lip gloss to apply on the lips. Can I say I can't do without lip gloss? Because lip gloss gives this look to the lips, and I am so obsessed with it. I am pretty obsessed with it. I so much love lip gloss. The technique that which you apply your lip gloss is that first you apply on the dark brown eyes. Secondly, you have to apply on the lighter parts. Do not mix. Now I just going to just blend appropriately. Those places I feel like I need to apply more gloss, I applied. Looking at this makeup, you can see it's without filters, zero filters. So getting a flawless makeup, you need to improve on your skill, not editing skill. Lastly, I'll be going on with Zara mascara. This is my favorite mascara, but recently it's not in stock, so I make do with Dove, Gentle Dove. But if you're not still okay with Gentle Dove, you can go in with Polar Beauty. Polar mascara, it's also nice. So I'm just applying it on the lower lash line. Okay, apply on the lower lash line. So what I'm using for blush, I'm using lip palette as my blush. Reasons because I don't have a blush, and then I always like making substitute for it, so I use lip palette as my blush. For the nose, I went in with bronzer and I apply lightly. I don't like much bronzer. I tend to apply lightly, not too much, just lightly. So the places you are applying bronzer are on the places that are called highlight region. Those places you likely applied concealer. So I really don't like my bronzer too much, so I applied it lightly. Now you spray using a setting spray. So that's my fixing spray. Sorry, setting spray is for process, fixing spray is to seal up the makeup. So this is the end product of my makeup without filter. It's giving skin, it has skin. Okay, see how pretty it looks without filter. It's best to do a work that is without filter and it looks flawless than do something that is not nice. Thanks for watching.